Welcome to Mind Over Matter, where we feature young Jamaicans who are shooting for the stars. I'm your host, Margaret Boyne. My guest is a fine artist, a muralist, and an entrepreneur. At 24, he's transforming the streets and walls of Kingston with a paintbrush and paint. He's already worked on some major projects. That mural at Sabina Park, yeah, he's one of the artists. We'll talk about art and his journey as a young artist. My guest is Anthony Smith. Welcome to Mind Over Matter, Anthony.
Thanks for having me. It's a pleasure.
Yeah, man, looking forward to talking to you.
Most definitely.
So we have seen your art on the streets of Kingston. You're a muralist. What exactly is a muralist?
A muralist is an artist that works on large surfaces, primarily on walls.
Mm-hmm. And you also do canvas painting as well?
Yes, I do. In fact, that was a part of the foundation, you know.
Okay. So when did your love for art start?
I don't remember a time before I loved it, so I can't even say when it started.
Okay.
That I've always been doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So as a child, so when did you say that, boy, you see the talent and you said, this is what I want to do?
That happened at around grade 4.
Grade 4.
In primary school.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Around grade 4, grade 5 at that time.
Okay. So what were some of the things you were doing in school?
Do you mean other than my
regular...
man,
in terms of artwork?
We only had art classes every now and then. You know, it's a primary school in rural Jamaica, so there's not such a strong program for art. But whenever we did have art classes, I would always enjoy those. So we'd get our newsprint, get our piece of newsprint or block of newsprint. We get out a pencil and we might draw a trophy that they have in the entrance to the principal's office. So they might ask me to draw a trophy. But in my own time, though, I would be busy filling my notebooks from back to halfway.
Okay.
With drawings of Dragon Ball Z, characters, Superman, Batman, the whole works, cars, and even a few of my friends.
Okay. So when did everybody start saying, boy, say you can draw?
Grade 1.
Grade 1, as early as that?
Yes, it started from there. I did this drawing of a green car pitched in front of a mountain, 2 mountains, 2 hills. And it was so refined. I'm not saying it was good,
right,
but it was refined from the teacher's perspective to the point where she said I wasn't the one who did it. So, and I couldn't allow my siblings to help me. So she asked me to bring it back home and do it over without their help. So what ended up happening is that they ended up doing it. And then he believed that I did. And that's how I So yeah, that was hilarious. It was hurtful at the time, but looking back at it now, it was quite fueling for this creative pattern. In grade 2, I was asked to do drawings of like the ear, the diagrams of the ear and the eyes for grade 4, 5, and 6 classes for the teachers.
Okay.
Yeah.
But back in my time though, Anthony, your parents didn't encourage you. I mean, parents didn't encourage children to do art as, study art. I would say, you're not getting the money out of that, man. That is a hobby. Were your parents supportive of your
They were very supportive.
Okay.
They were very supportive. I know within me that whatever it is that I have chosen to do, they would have been fine with.
Okay.
Yeah, but as it relates to art though, they always see me drawing. Well, mommy and dad, they normally say, well, stop drawing in your drawing book or stop drawing on the walls, but they never told me to stop drawing overall.
Okay.
Yeah, so they wanted to direct me, but not stop me.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you had formal training?
Yes, in 2019, I graduated from the Edna College.
Okay.
Yes.
For those who might be wondering, what kind of job is available for somebody who has a fine arts degree?
Well, if you want to pursue a job within the area that you studied, so I can just give a little bit of background. I studied visual communication. That's with a focus on graphic design. So in that time when I was studying, I was still doing painting commissions as well as working with a few international entities as an independent design contractor. So I realized from then that the possibilities were really endless. So you can become a consultant. You can become an art consultant. You can go to further your studies and become a restorer. You can be a portrait artist. You can do face painting. Other persons look down on face painting, but if you're really good at that, and you can hit the big events and so forth internationally, you can really make a strong name and a strong brand from that. You can become a fashion designer. You can become a surface designer and decorator for clothes and working with big fashion brands. It's really endless. You can become a muralist. You can become an art writer, a curator, an educator. I'm not even scratching the surface.
Right, yes. Certainly not like back in my time though. But do you have a signature style? Like somebody can look upon one of your painting and say, boy, is Anthony Smith do this?
No, I don't have that just yet. It is something that will evolve over time though, as I do more work and find what I like, and something will stick. As it is now, I have a very recent body of work that they all appear cohesively. If you see that with my signature and then you realize that it's the same thing for the next 2 years, it will be easily identifiable in the kind. As it is now, I don't have one.
Okay. All right. So recently you started painting murals. How did that come about?
So my journey with murals and art overall really started on walls. As a kid, drawing on the walls in the house, that's one. And, right? And wherever I find a piece of crayon, it's going to finish on the wall. And then moving from there to my older brothers commissioning me for drawing on their walls in their bedrooms. I was supposed to get paid and exposure from who I don't know, how I have no idea. But I was supposed to get paid and get exposure and so forth, and then we tell them bridging about me and stuff like that. But, that never did happen. They just want to protect them all. So it started there. So I realized that I like working on large surfaces. When I started painting professionally, I used to prepare some huge canvases that were way huger than I am. Bigger than, well, I'm not bigger, get what I'm saying. So some really huge canvases, I used to tackle those, and then I've always had this love and this desire, not love, but this desire to start working on walls. So working on walls professionally and also in the corporate space. A long-time client of mine contacted me saying that she has a friend who is looking for an artist to work on a project. And she put me in touch with that friend. The friend hired me as a contractor for the Sabina Park project with ministry. And so that's really how I'm able to be, that's how I've gotten into this space I am now. But before being hired by her friend, by my longtime client's friend, I used to work with a small group of artists on a few murals back in country through NSWMA, SPN. Yeah. And after working on that project at Sabina Park, Ministry of Culture, they saw me, they saw what I was capable of. And since then, I've been an artist that they go to work with because I'm now trusted to execute. Yeah.
But talk about that mural at Sabina Park. I mean, it is just, I can't even find a word to describe it. It is just awesome. How long did that mural actually take?
How long did that mural actually take? All right, we're being specific. We're talking about the one with the cricketers with the big head.
The cricketers, right? Yeah.
Well, I did 4 of them.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yes. I did 4 of them, and there's a small cricket match around to the side on a green field with the pitch. Yeah, I did that one as well.
Oh.
East took me and roughly 2 weeks.
2 weeks?
Yeah.
Whoa, roughly 2 weeks. I thought it would have taken a lot longer than that.
Well, 2 weeks is a good amount of time to get it done, really. 2 weeks is long. 2 weeks, that's long. But overall, though, dealing with the logistics and everything, and from sketch to execution, and then varnishing everything, the entire project took 3 months.
Okay. So which four were you responsible for? Which four did you actually?
Oh, Michael Holding.
Okay.
Yes, Courtney Walsh.
Yeah.
Marlon Tucker and Collie Smith.
Okay, Collie Smith too. Oh yeah. One of your namesake as well.
I was about to say namesake, because my father's name is Carlton and people call him Collie. So it's my namesake, my father's namesake, why not?
Yeah.
So I really enjoyed doing that one.
It's it is just beautiful to look at. So you're drawing now, you're painting. And how do you feel about people now who, people standing on the roadside and watching all of this happening?
Oh, that is enlivening.
Yeah.
Completely. Yeah, man. No matter what the comment is, Because to me, there's no bad comment.
Yeah.
There's absolutely no bad comment. And I'm not saying that there are no bad comment, there are no good comment. I don't qualify them. I just know that it shows that people care.
Mm-hmm.
No matter what they're saying. If they must say, look, we don't want Courtney on the wall, take him off and take such man. And I say, all right, cool. Why do you think so? And then it would spiral into a whole dialogue, and we're both there laughing. And them say, you do a good job, though, man. Big up yourself. Go and do the work. Yeah. And we continue and we finish paying Courtney Walsh.
So you've started your biggest project yet, the mural at Carib Cement. On the silo. No, I went and I had a look at that thing. I must say, yes. I'm looking up and it's like I can't even see where this thing ends. No.
That was it for me as well.
No, man, it is just incredible. I mean, it is really lovely. So that height, so obviously you're not afraid of heights then, because well, I could have never be a muralist then. No, but so you were commissioned to do that work?
Yes, so I was commissioned as an assistant artist and contractor.
Okay.
As a part of a team.
Okay.
To help bring that mural to its completion.
Okay. So how is the theme, or what you have decided to paint? How is that chosen?
Well, I had no say in that part ultimately.
Okay.
Because that was already discussed with those who commissioned the project. That would have been the Ministry of Culture, because this is a part of the Ministry of Culture's Paint Up Your Creative Space project. Likewise was Sabina Park, in conjunction with the cricket board and so forth.
Okay.
So Carib Cement and Ministry of Culture really came together on that project and said, all right, we have the mission. Ministry had the mission and Carib Cement had the space. So they both came together, found the artists, put us together and got it done. That's as much as I am legally able to share at this point.
Right. Yeah, I understand. Yeah. Okay, so that is definitely the biggest step in your career so far?
As a muralist, yes.
Okay.
And the biggest work I've worked on, but that's just part-time, just part-time.
Okay. So what is your dream project? What is something, boy, you'd like to say, boy, that more paint?
Right now, I have 2 spots, and even last night I spent developing ideas and concepts for one of the locations.
Okay, you're putting it in action before.
Of course.
Yes, I love that.
And believe me, I have no go ahead or no yeses thus far for those areas. Right. One of them, which is my it's the HAG's building, housing, I think it's authority.
Yeah.
Or Association of Jamaica. I don't remember what the A stands for. Forgive me, everybody.
Authority.
But HAG's building. There is a side of it. When you Google the image, you'll see a side of it that has two walls. That is a split level wall, going upright. And I would love one of those vertical panels, or even both of them, to put a really strong message on about the importance of shelter and homing, and not just shelter in a physical sense, but shelter in a metaphorical sense, and how it helps us to grow, but how we need to break away from it from time to time to actually reach new horizons and new ceilings, basically. So I started working on that last night. It's just a concept in my head so far. I haven't even called to ask if the wall available. And the next phase,
I really love that, man. Speak it into being.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So you're an artist and you must have faced a lot of challenges. What are some of the challenges that you've faced?
Challenges. So from early in my stages of realizing that this was something, my first challenge was materials. Yes, materials. I'm not from a rich family, so sourcing the right materials was always a challenge. So, and, as an artist, as a student in primary school, you will resort to the back of your book 24/7, or the margins, right? Or even where there's a blank space below the notes, But I bought my first drawing book, and that was a big step when I saved my lunch money and everything for a week, and then bought my first drawing book and drawing pencils. From there, the challenges continued to grow. When I started high school, getting proper materials was a huge challenge. So the material challenge continued to grow. I faced one primary challenge from my art teacher. He normally gave me an extra challenge because he saw that I had some potential and perhaps I wasn't tapping into it enough. So that was a kind of growth building challenge. The community I grew up in isn't one where I saw any art. So that challenge gave me an opportunity, which is not a lot of this is happening. Maybe you can be the person to do it. So I took that upon my own shoulders. Another challenge growing up as it relates to staying focused with my artwork is that my family moved around a lot. So I didn't really get much time to build a footing in any specific area because we were always on the go. So, as soon as the community would start knowing me as the artist, we moved.
And why was this happening?
Well, housing and housing opportunities and so forth. I said I didn't come from a wealthy family, so that was something that was always there. Moving around.
But where are you from, though? Where are you from?
I was born in Devon, close to Christiana.
Okay.
Devon. So it's Devon. My family now resides in Mile Gully. Yeah, so I've been around that side of Manchester for my life, basically. Except for the past, say, 6 years, because when I left to college, I've been here since. I've been in Kingston since.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. How have you handled rejection? Because I know you probably faced some of that as an artist. People might you want to do an exhibition. People might turn you down. How did you deal with all of that?
Well, the mindset I've had towards rejection is the same one that I've had towards risk and failure. And it is like this. An opportunity will come with equal potential for risk and for success, for failure and success. And that's why it's going to be a risk, because there's always an opportunity for failure. But I refashioned failure in my mind as another opportunity again. So it's kind of cyclical, right? So whenever I get a rejection or I hear a no, it's doing two things. It's saying not no, maybe later,
Yeah.
or not yours, but something else is.
Okay.
And I also took it as an opportunity to learn to hear no, because it's important to be able to hear and accept a no. Sometimes, some persons say no is never an option. I don't take no's. Sometimes you have to take no's and move on with your life. Not everything you want, you're going to get.
Right.
You have a lot of motivational speakers saying, whatever you desire, you can get. Whatever the mind can conceive, you can achieve. Not every single thing you think you're going to get, you're going to get. No. So I had to accept that from an early stage. And as I said, not growing up from a wealthy family, I don't want to make this to the point of my story, but I didn't always get what I wanted. So I have to accept that some things will come, some things will not. And I just kept going. So whenever I get a no or a rejection, I'm like, all right, there's going to be something else that's going to come up.
And just work harder.
Yeah, and even smarter, and things always work out. Yeah.
What would be your advice to young persons who probably want to be an artist?
All right. So one, if you want to be an artist, you're already an artist. Just accept that you're an artist, but just know that you're not. Accept that you're an artist, and also accept that you're a student, and that you'll forever be a student, and then start. So being accepting that you're an artist will give you at least a psychological freedom to express yourself through art, to practice, and so forth. Accepting that you're a student will keep you in a frame of mind to grow. And then starting is what is ultimately needed to get you going. So accept that you're an artist already, accept that you're a student. You'll always be a student, and start. Then fourth one is just learn and apply rapidly and let go of what doesn't work. Yeah.
All right. Sound advice. Do you ever have like creative blocks, like, you can't think about what to put on paper? Does that happen?
Yeah. It happens. I don't dwell on it though. I move on to something else, or I go outside, or I take a jog, or I read a book, or I play some games. Because I understand I'm not a machine, and when you have a machine and it blocks up, for example, a pipe or a tube inside it gets blocked up, you try to pull it down, you clean it, you drain it out, and try to get it up and running again. So we have to do that with ourselves. We stop, we release some tension, some energy, we invest some time and energy into something else, and before you know it, we free up. There's no blockage again. But instead of sitting and dwelling over the canvas for 3 hours straight, building up unnecessary anxiety, I just shift myself over to another responsibility or some hobby or something I find for fun, something I do for fun.
Okay.
Yes.
What I've noticed though, Anthony, like pre-pandemic, I used to see a lot of paint and sip parties or classes, sip and paint. Yes. What do you think led to that thing being so popular now?
Sip and paint?
Yeah.
People like therapeutic things. People like things that are slow, quiet, and with a little toops of class now and then. So people love that kind of thing, and I realized for myself that the only soul food is beauty. I have come to accept that for myself. And beauty in whatever form, spiritual, mental, psychological, emotional, physical, financial, occupation, whatever it is that you absorb beauty through, it feeds your soul. So for a sip and paint, when someone can actually sit down in an environment that they think they are actually expressing themselves and watching others around them doing something similar and learning, and they're being guided, that's a moment of, the creation of beauty right there. And they feel good about that. And also, people like have something to show off. So I'm going to finish this little painting, and I'm going to put it up on my wall. And then when I invite over a friend, I say, I did that. I did that too. So that's the reasons I have found, we like show off, and it feeds us.
Yeah. So any plans to have any of those classes, you think?
Actually, yes. So we have one. We have one coming up. So I'm actually currently exhibiting in Golden Spring at Reggae Garden. So we open Thursdays, Saturdays, and Sundays until the 19th of December.
Okay.
And there's a sip and paint that we have scheduled there as well. So that is something that you can come and enjoy. There's like a riverside and so forth.
Oh, that sounds good, man.
So we do have that coming up. As it relates to being an art educator myself or teaching the process, I love teaching and I love sharing. I have no problems with that. So I'm preparing a course that I'll be sharing as soon as it is done, if nobody want to do it, because on everything.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So where can persons get some of your paintings to buy?
Contact me directly. I'm currently not working with dealers or galleries. Yes, because what I'm really trying to do is build a strong body of work so I can handpick and say I'm okay selling that, but not that. Yeah. So contact me directly, and we can talk from there.
In terms of your success, what do you think are some of the strategies that you think you have employed that has led to this so far?
Well, firstly, I must say the advice that I gave earlier regarding a starting artist, that is the success formula for me.
Okay.
Added to that, I create vision boards and I write my personal mission statements and I make notes of the things I want to achieve by the end of the year and quarterly and so forth. From 2019, I had planned out that I wanted to work with the artist that led the Sabina Park project. Not Sabina Park, the Carib Cement project.
Really?
I planned that out from 2019, yes. I wanted to work alongside him. Irving Cano Gomez, a Mexican artist. So I planned that out from early, and every little step I make, I try to readjust my career strategy to align with what I want to be remembered for the next 200 years.
Now that you have mentioned that, who are some of the artists that have inspired you along your journey?
Rembrandt, Van Ryn, an old master.
Okay.
Barrington Watson, who was also inspired by Rembrandt. Yes, they're the two main figures. Yeah, they're the two main figures. And my art teacher, Neville Thompson, from high school.
Okay.
Yes.
So anybody you want to big up?
Oh.
Tell them thanks for whatever.
Of course. Well, thanks to my family. They have been ever so supportive. They've never told me that this isn't mine. You know, they've always supported me in every way possible. My friends, whoa, I have so many names to call when it comes to who have been influential to my journey. Every person, even those who've said no to me, you know, have been inspirations and motivation as well, because, you know, you point me in another direction and I'm fine where I am now, you know. So, but well, my parents, Carlton and Clarissa Smith, of course, you know, my art teacher, Neville Thompson from high school, and the successive teacher after him, after he retired, Neil Wisdom as well. And yeah.
Okay. Well, Anthony, it was great talking to you. It was great having you. And art, continue to inspire us with your art. Continue to educate us. And I'll be looking forward to seeing that piece on the HAJ building.
Let's hope they see this and say, all right, let's see what can happen.
Definitely. Yeah, man. Yes. Thanks again.
No problem, man. Thanks for having me. It was a pleasure.
All right.
All right.